Well, it's Sunday Fun Day. My hair is on point as usual. So it's Craig here with Simba. Having a nice little nap. We just got finished Final Fantasy 2. I forgot to post about it. Doesn't matter. Anyway, much better than the first game. First game was a little short, but it was, 1980, whatever. So, part one's pretty good. So, yeah, the map was better. There was an actual story. I say actual story. I know there was a story to part one. But when you're playing it, you sort of just plop you down there and like, go. And you sort of piece things together later. This one actually had a start. Your characters get whacked Dark Souls style at the beginning, and then you kind of piece things up, from there. So it's a good game. The boss music, pretty terrible, very forgettable. They introduced some new features the first one didn't have at this point. They had a row system, MP. They substituted experience points and levels for some odd system where your stats increase based on your actions and if you get hit or not. So that wasn't really fun. And it was also kind of broken because I basically superpowered my characters very early in the game and just steamrolled through the entire game for the most part. There was one boss in the final dungeon in Pandemonium that kind of messed me up a little bit, but the game was very easy. The final boss is very forgettable. I played 14 and there was no mention of this guy in 14 as far as I remember, and for good reason. So one thing weird with this game was you start with 4 characters, one of them goes away. So most of the game is just you and 2 other people and a random 4th person that joins the party, leaves, and someone else joins, leaves, someone else joins. So that was very poorly done because basically, I started with these 3 characters, I power leveled them a bit, and anytime a 4th person joined up, well, let's just say all my main characters have like a couple thousand HP, some pretty mid to high level spells, a few hundred MP, and then someone would join the party with like 500 HP and 15 MP. So they were completely useless every time. So essentially, by the end of the game, I had 3 characters and 1 pylon who just would defend and do nothing. So that was very poorly done. What else was I complaining about? Oh yeah, the random enemy encounters. I'm not sure how they did it, but it feels like it was pre-programmed. So like you do a fight, and then there'd be like I don't know if there was an RNG roll that determined like how many steps you had to take before you got into a fight, and maybe that's how they always do it. I like to think the newer games, just every step is calculated randomly, and the longer it goes, the higher the chance to get into an encounter. But it was like literally every 7 steps or something like that. You get into a fight, and it just got really tedious, and the dungeons were super long, and still no save points. I'm hoping they introduce save points in Final Fantasy 3, which you hear in the background. But I know they're in 4, but no dice in 2. So hopefully they piece that together. 3's got some jobs. The first game where you can do jobs, so that might be pretty fun. And there's a lot of elements from Part 3 that I saw in Final Fantasy 14, like the Crystal Tower and the Dark Cloud. And we'll see what else. Also, randomly in Part 2, there was a Chocobo forest where you can grab a Chocobo. So it was the first appearance of Chocobos. But it was only in 1 spot. Also, I thought the map was too accessible. Right from the start, you could pretty much explore the entire map. Like, these games come with cheats where you can disable enemy encounters. And if you wanted to, you can disable enemy encounters from the start, run to like one of the end game towns, buy all the gear, and then you're super level at the start, which is kind of dumb. But not to worry, I'm not using any of the cheats, not even the quick save, because that's not how the games were intended, and I feel dirty if I use that kind of thing. So anyway, Final Fantasy 3, I've never played it, so I'm looking forward to it. The next one I'm very pumped to play because it's one of my all-time favorite RPGs, Part 4. And there's Simba. He's excited too. So yeah, if you're ever around my neck of the woods on Twitch, pop on Phoenix_Shade. all I do is JRPGs pretty much, and I'll play them on the highest difficulty when possible, when they're, things like that. So we're gonna do 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then 6, and then hopefully, if there's time, we'll wrap up Trails of Cold Steel. Maybe start the second one. June is Diablo 4 and Final Fantasy 16, of course. All right, peace out. Come by. Stack a follow. Yeah, send a comment, say hi. I always like talking to people while I'm playing games. And, God, I forget how to end these. I always forget how to end this. So I'm just gonna... No. Tap the X. There you go. All right, peace out.